How would you bless a bagel? I asked because I was recently eating with someone, and we were eating at a bagel shop, and the time came to bless our food, and we were offering up to offer up our blessings, and I proposed that we give a hamotzi, while the person I was eating with told me it should be a mizanot, which is kind of like a grain food that is not bread. And this is very important because even though the Torah only tells us to bless after we eat, we as a people realized very early on that we couldn't enjoy anything, even the fulfillment of a mitzvah, unless we first thanked Hashem for giving it to us in the first place. Otherwise, it's like stealing it if we're enjoying it without thanking Him first. And the reason it matters in this context is because we don't want to offer up a blessing in vain. And understand, this is kind of where the difference would come from. I would see a bagel and I would bless it as a bread. But he was arguing that you have to add sugar and a bunch of things to give it that bagel shape. And even if it's challah, if you add raisins and other things to it, it's no longer a hamotzi, it's a mizanot. And so if you're celebrating Shabbat and you're at the Kiddush table, or if it's a holiday and you have a challah, it's okay to have a challah there with raisins in it, but that won't count as your hamotzi blessing. It'll be your mizanot blessing. And you won't make a mizanot because there's a hamotzi there. For a holiday or for a Shabbat, you have to have hamotzi. And so that was our discussion. And what I did is I consulted a book called Birkhoth Eliyahu. I think this is a good book for any Messianic Jew or Messianic Jewish family. What it really is a series of pictures with the appropriate blessings that go before and after it. And there's all sorts of food and all sorts of exceptions. And what I would do is I would keep this book on a kitchen table or somewhere close in proximity so that if we ever have questions about, what kind of blessing we give a certain food, we have it available to us right there. You can see there's articles in the back talking about the philosophy of blessings. Not an expensive book, highly recommended for any Messianic Jewish family. And just to give some closure, different people come from different traditions. And so in some traditions, we might say that a bagel would be a mizanot, and some we would say it's a hamotzi. And that all depends on your minhag. This book goes with the hamotzi. And I mentioned that to him later on. He says, yeah, I saw that. And we started talking about it and saying why we would have disagreed or anything. But even if this bagel, the same bagel, was covered in cinnamon or some sort of frosting or icing, then I'd say, well, definitely it's a mizanot now. But generally speaking, I would say it's a hamotzi. But what would you say? How would you bless this? Let me know in the comments below. And also let me know, do you already have a copy of this book? And if not, I suggest you get one.